So the I message has 4 parts. Check them out. Okay, it starts out with how you feel. Then the next part, when people. Next part, what do you need? And the last part, asking nicely. Now the whole thing is set up for you to ask. Usually we go right here. Will you please stop bugging me? What's wrong with you? Would you please stop being so mean? Would you leave me alone? And if we go here first, then we end up sometimes in an argument. In fact, more often than not, we end up in an argument. But when we start here, and then we build to this, then the person can start to hear us. Now I want to be real careful with you all. There is no you, and no you here. There is one at the end. That's the only one. Use your heart and speak nicely. Don't do it like an attack. Never use an I message to hurt somebody or to yell at somebody or to get at somebody. You'll just ruin it. Okay, I messages are for you to keep all that over here, for you to say what you need. So listen to the whole thing. I'll give you a couple of them. Okay, listen to how they flow, listen how quick they go, and listen, I've been doing them for quite a while, so I've gotten pretty smooth with it. When you first start out, they're kind of hard. But after you do them a couple of times, you get really good at them, people don't even know you're doing them. So go ahead and listen. I feel sad when people tease me. I need respect. Will you please leave me alone and stop teasing me? Or, I feel mad when people talk behind my back. I need respect and to be left alone. Will you please stop talking about me? Or this one. I feel sad when people take my things without asking. I need to be asked. Will you please ask before you take my stuff? Okay, so they're real simple, they're real quick, and you get a chance to stand up for yourself and speak for what you need. But remember, use your heart. Yeah. So that's the I message. Now let's go to the next tool, the cleanup. So cleanup means you're really ready to commit to having a different way of doing things, a way that works for everybody. So there's 5 parts. It's actually pretty easy. The first part, the hardest, no one likes doing it. No one ever likes doing it. Admitting what you did wrong by saying, I know that and then you finish the sentence like, I know that I was being mean to you, or I know that I took your stuff without asking, or I know that I wasn't playing the game fair, or I know that I was talking behind your back. Okay? So part 1, now here's the nice part. Instead of just doing part 1, now we get to clean it up. So then you apologize, and then you move on to the third part. Now here's the important thing with the third part. You're going to ask the question, and then you're going to let the person answer. What can I do to make it right? And give them a chance to answer. If you are answering this and someone asks you this, answer them in a nice way. Really say something that's possible and something you really need. Don't make something up funny, because then it kind of ruins the whole thing. But something like, what can I do to make it right? The person might say, well, be nice to me, or leave me alone, or quit talking behind my back, or leave my stuff alone. And there's just a lot of appropriate answers. So again, I'm going to go for the first 3 parts. Admitting what you did, apologizing, asking, then letting the person answer, and then after they answer, then telling them what you're going to do. If you can't do what they asked, like they ask you to do something and you say, I'm not sure I can do that, then work with them. Come up with something you're going to do. Do not say next time I will be nicer and then don't do it. Whatever you commit to here, make sure you keep your promise. This is like a promise. This is your word right here. Next time I'll be nicer to you. Next time I'll leave your stuff alone. Next time I'll ask first. Next time I won't talk behind your back. Okay? And the last part, asking for forgiveness. Will you forgive me? Now the person might not forgive you, so be ready for that. But I'm going to tell you, if someone ever says, will you forgive me, and you're not ready, instead of saying no is kind of like slamming a door shut. Keep the door open. And the way to do that is just to say something like, sure, I'm not ready yet, but maybe later. So it might sound like, will you forgive me? I'm not ready. Later. Okay, but keep that door open so we can go, maybe later you will be ready to forgive. And so remember to use both tools. Use them to solve your problems. Use them to create friendships. Use them to keep friendships. And I make a suggestion here. If someone's giving you an iMessage, listen. Let it happen. Don't push it away. If someone's giving you a cleanup, open up, forgive them, let it go. Let's move on. Let's have a better life. Let's get along with each other better. Let's have more fun. I mean, come on. Sometimes we just hold on to too much and we get too mad about everything. You know, we're at school with each other. We're at home with our families. We're with our friends hanging out, with our cousins. You know, we don't want to carry all this stuff around. Let's clean it up. If you make a mistake, do a cleanup. If someone hurts your feelings, do an iMessage. But do it from your heart. And thank you for listening to us. Remember your two tools.